The Story Center presents The Black Prince, England's legendary warrior. Edward of Woodstock was born in 1330. He was the eldest son of King Edward III and his wife Philippa of Hugh. From the time he was 2 years old, he was prepared for leadership, and from age 8 he began to be trained for war. By the time he was 16, he was ready. In 1346, Edward accompanied his father to France to start the 100 Years' War. The war began because King Edward III claimed the French throne, but France rejected him, believing the throne should go to the French. So when King Philip VI refused to give up the throne, King Edward III went to war to claim what he believed was rightfully his. At the Battle of Crecy, Edward commanded the vanguard, the forward movement of the army. The English army was outnumbered, but they were well-trained and highly disciplined. The French knights charged repeatedly, but they were repelled by the English longbowmen who shot them down from their horses. The French eventually broke and ran. Edward, who had distinguished himself in the battle, was made prisoner, but soon after he was ransomed back to England. He had proven himself to be a capable military leader and a fierce fighter. At only 16 years old, he was a hero. Edward and his father laid siege to the town of Calais in northern France in 1346. The siege lasted nearly a year, but ultimately the city fell to the English in 1347. This victory gave England a crucial port that helped supply the English war effort and increased the Black Prince's reputation. In 1356, Edward once again faced the French in the Battle of Poitiers. Once again, the English were outnumbered, but thanks to the Black Prince's brilliant strategy, the English won the day. Most famously, he captured the French king, John the Good, a moment that shocked Europe. The capture of a reigning king was unheard of. Newspapers around Europe announced the unbelievable deed. The Black Prince had done it. The war with France continued on for another 10 years, and Edward fought bravely at the Battle of Najera in Spain in 1367. Despite the English winning the battle against the Spanish, disease and exhaustion weakened his troops, and it was his last major campaign. He returned home to England in poor health and spent his last years hunting and hawking. He died in 1376 at the age of 45. He never became king as his father reigned until 1377, but Edward was known throughout Europe. He was not just a warrior, but a symbol of courage, honor, and chivalry. In Shakespeare's play, Richard III, the Black Prince is described this way: "Never did the wrath of battle, the clangor of steel, or the shock of the militant air make him once stand aside in the whole campaign of France. A hotter oven than the sun was that in which his valor was refined." So ends the tale of the Black Prince, legendary warrior of medieval England. Remember him as the great warrior who led armies to victory and captured kings. The Black Prince, England's legendary warrior. Like, share, and subscribe to the Story Center for more epic stories from history.